Hey Crypto Masters, welcome back to the Crypto Mastery channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at another, it's not a DeFi project per se. I would probably classify it as a DEng kind of project, whether that makes sense. So basically a decentralized energy project, which seems really cool, really exciting. They've been around for a while. They've been building up their technology, they've been testing it in various locations around the world, and I think it's got really strong utility, right? It's something that consumers will want with ever rising kind of energy prices, coupled with the fact of needing to go more sustainably with our energy kind of consumption. I think they're bringing those two together with the blockchain to create quite an exciting thing for consumers. So we'll take a look at that now. Before we go into that, what I'll say is, as usual, this is not financial advice. This is all kind of based off my own research and my own opinion. So please invest where you feel the potential is, where you feel the utility is, and where you feel you're going to make that maximum kind of gain for your portfolio. Before we get into it, please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Let's hit that target of getting 100 subscribers for the channel as we move forward by the end of January. And yeah, let's get straight into it and let's take a look at POWR Ledger. So let's start off as always by taking a quick look at POWR Ledger's website. Then we'll get into kind of what actually POWR Ledger is and why we might find this an exciting project to invest in the future. So on their own website, they describe themselves as, the power behind new energy. So delivering energy to consumers in a new and different way. So POWR Ledger is the operating system for new energy markets, enabling tracking and trading of energy, flexibility, services, and environmental commodities. So they really want to be that space where people can trade and people can kind of, almost buy and consume energy through a different market than the markets that currently exist today. And they describe their mission as clean energy that works for everyone on the planet. So we have developed an energy and flexibility trading platform that allows households, organizations, and the grid itself to trade with each other. We offer technology that supports a responsive market because the grid is only as good as the market behind it. So what they're really saying here is, at the moment, we're kind of, we're in a market where actually if you do want to consume energy and you want energy for your household, for the various things that you've got going on, there's only a couple of different channels through which you can kind of get your own energy these days. So the two main ones are, can I produce my own energy, right? Do I have solar panels? Do I have some sort of, underground kind of source producing energy for the household? Or, do I then, if I haven't got that, the only other option really is to go to a grid, right? To go to a supplier and to consume energy from a grid. So what they're saying here is they're offering a third alternative for this. So instead of going to your energy provider, or instead of having to have your own kind of energy solar panels or solar grid set up, they're giving you a third option to provide a new market for people to get energy. And also with new markets come different price actions, right? You've got a different competitor in the market, and with that will become some price challenges. So you'll see some competitiveness coming out, which means it's always good for the consumer, right? The more competitors there are, the more we see kind of, offers and price actions becoming lower because there's no monopoly over the kind of the energy that's provided to us. And here we can quickly see them walking through how this works in one of their promotional videos. So traditionally, basically if you've got solar panels, and I'll pause this at various points, if you've got solar panels, what would typically happen is, you would actually sell any excess energy back to the grid. It's they're saying 7 cents here, and then the grid would then sell on that energy to another household for, let's say, 29 cents. Now what they're saying is they're adding that extra lens to this market where actually, let's say that your neighbor has got some solar panels, you will actually be able to consume that power and purchase that energy from your neighbor at a much discounted price than it would cost you to go to your energy provider. Now, obviously, this works out both for you, but also for the people producing excess energy, because they can sell their excess energy at a higher price. So it's better for the kind of, the seller in this instance, but it's also better for you as a consumer because you're consuming it at a much lower price as well. So it really does add a cool kind of lens to the market here, which I really like and doesn't currently exist today. And to be honest, with the ever-increasing kind of prices in the energy market that currently exist, it would be good to see something else really take hold that ensures we have another mechanism to find cheap energy that isn't just through one of these big suppliers. So another important piece to look at is PowerLedger's kind of social presence, right, and the social sentiment behind this. There's been a lot of sentiment pump kind of recently around PowerLedger. I'm not 100% sure where that's being driven from, but it is an exciting project. Climate change, ESG, all of these things are on everybody's lips kind of currently. So having something that adds something else to the energy market that could really help us consume energy in a different way, more efficiently, and more cost effectively for consumers is a great thing to see. We can see they've got 105,000 followers on kind of Twitter currently, and their posts are focused around sustainable energy and climate change. They've got some where they're doing kind of AMAs around PowerLedger itself, and then they're just really showing the various talks and the various kind of engagements they have around showing people what PowerLedger can offer. So I think this has got kind of huge potential moving forward. It's got a good following, and we should see hopefully more news coming out about this in the future as ESG and climate change and new energy sources and new ways to consume energy becomes more and more of a hot topic. And of course, we're on this channel in order to master our crypto portfolios, to increase and generate more wealth and more revenue for ourselves. So let's take a look at kind of the price action of PowerLedger over the short term, but also the long term as well. What would be a realistic kind of, price move for this in kind of 2022 based off what we know and other social elements? I would say the price action has been quite interesting over the past maybe 14 days. I mean, if we look over the last 24 hours, we can see 24 hours ago it started at around about 0.58 or 58 cents basically. We've seen a bit of a spike here where it went up to 63 cents, then it fell back down. Another bit of a spike here, and it's settled a bit higher. If we take a look over the 7-day period, again, we can see that it kind of, it was coming down from a high here, kind of settled around the 50 cents marks, then it spiked back up, and it's settled roughly around the 60 to 65 cents mark. And if we take just one step further back and we look over the 14-day period, we can really see that there've been two big kind of peaks and drops for this coin over the past 14 days. So 14 days ago it was floating around the 40 cents mark. It shot all the way up to 82 cents, then it fell back down, settled here, rose again, settled again. So I mean, this is not unusual price action. So obviously there's been some sort of pump in the market here that's driven it all the way up, and then you have a bit of a settle period afterwards. So whenever you see a spike like this, you expect it to top out, and then you expect it to settle and correct. And then obviously we've seen another spike here where it's done the same. It's spiked and it's settled and corrected. Not as much as it's settled and corrected here, but there's still time for that to happen. But it does seem like it's on a bit of an upward curve. Now, what could the price action be kind of longer term? We can see that the all-time high for this was $1.89 kind of cents. I would say that given what's happening in the social space currently around kind of, ESG, around, being environmentally sustainable, new ways to consume energy, what this offers in terms of blockchain, but also creating a new decentralized kind of energy platform, I think is really exciting. One thing I'll be honest about, I don't have my fingertips on, is their roadmap currently. so what they plan to be doing in 2022, and how that might lead into, further gains for this as it gains kind of more popularity and momentum. But they have been doing trials in certain parts of the world where they're trying this out and they're showing the benefits of having this in place. If this was to become even more popular and mainstream, you could see how this could pump quite quickly. I would say, given off the all-time highs, given what they've done, the fact that, this really has been around for, since around, the first list is around 2017. So it's been around for a while. That's when we saw the pump. We've seen all those pumps in crypto, and then it's settled down. Starting to see a bit of a rise again as I've said, as that social trend towards environmental sustainability picks up. I would say realistically, we may be looking at maybe $1.50 at the close of 2022, maybe $2 if they really release something or they come out with something that's going to create a lot of hype and a lot of momentum. But yeah, my prediction here is that you'll probably see that around the close of 2022, getting anywhere up to maybe the $2 mark. So thanks for watching the video. Again, I brought this one as it felt a little bit different to the usual DeFi, metaverse, and things that are out there. I think it offers something that we can all connect with in terms of we all consume energy. We all, probably most of us, consume that energy through kind of, big companies, big power companies. Maybe some of us are, do have those solar panels and so on. So whether you are a consumer or you're a reseller of excess supply, I think you can connect with this project. I think it's got huge potential. My price prediction is by close of 2022 around the $2 mark. However, I could see this pumping even higher if they do really have something of extra kind of utility, or we start to see them expand to bigger areas and kind of maybe have some big partnerships in play. So thanks again for watching this video. I hope you found this interesting. I brought something slightly different to the mix here. Decentralized energy isn't something we talk about a lot. We usually focus on DeFi or the metaverse or some other kind of, crypto space. So it's good to dig into something different that I think we can all connect with as both energy consumers and some of us as energy resellers of excess supply. I would say keep your eye on this one. I think that, we will see definite rise and steady rise in price action as they've shown over the last kind of year period. And I think that, if they release something or they've got big partnerships coming up, I think this could pump quite easily in the future. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and I will catch you on the next video.